Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of lobsters, hoppets. Today
joined by the Amish man.
Tobias, the Mormon of macros.
Mormon of macros. Yeah. Doing our what kind of a share?
Yeah.
This has been fun so far. Lots of different beer, and now we're trying a beer that we have been sitting on for a while.
Too long.
Way too long. So from Martin, right?
Yeah.
Down in Aarhus was kind enough to, once in a while he gets like other half and stuff like that, and we've been able to buy some cans through him. And this was one we just sat on for a while. Actually, we were supposed to share this with Michael, but we talked to Michael and he's like, yeah, just crack it, because this is a super fruited Imperial Berliner Weisse, and it's like 4 months old now. And these cans, it's been in the fridge, but I've seen pictures of people having these when it's just like gunk, like it just turns into like weird gunks, and like these super fruited Berliners, they do not last. You need to just drink them super fresh. Also because there's just so much fruit matter in it.
And I've seen stories of cans exploding.
Yeah. I tried that with one from Gamma Brewing. It exploded in my beer cellar. I woke up, instead of my alarm, it was a can that exploded. But the guys from Gamma was fucking awesome and sent me a care package as an excuse. So, but it's the only can I've had from that happened. But it's just re-fermented in the bottle. But this is the other half and the Veils. Berry, Compote, Compote. Imperial triple berry topped waffle Berliner Weisse on 9%.
9%.
There we go.
It's crazy. So this is got a lot of stuff. This is an Imperial Berliner Weisse made with blackberries, raspberries, vanilla, maple syrup, and waffles. And the last beer we had like this was the blueberry crunchy. None of us really liked. I was okay. I think I rated it too highly. Like when we just sat and sipped on it, it just got worse. It sounds in the same vein, but I don't want to be biased already. So we're gonna give this a fair shot and see how it is. Yeah. So it's a super fruited Imperial Berliner Weisse with loads of. It's pastry sour, I guess.
It's pastry sour. Yeah.
So it's kind of copper. Orangey.
Yeah.
Not a lot of head, but
I think copper is a good color, and then you can generate a very small white.
Yeah, I think
head.
Maybe all the sugar and everything, it's making it hard to generate a head, but it's not the prettiest beer.
It has like this slightly murky, like gravy.
Yeah, but now let's not be biased. Let's see how it is. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, I kind of already hate it.
Waffles.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's awful.
It smells better than the crunchy, the blueberry crunchy, but it smells like sweet maple syrup and like marmalade, to me.
I think I'm getting a bit of sourness from maybe the raspberries and
it's got that like really crazy like maple syrup thing. It's funny to look at Brett when he's trying it. He just tested it for us, but yeah, his facial expression. I know there's almost like a licorice thing for me.
Yeah,
I think if it's maple fruit, I think if it's fenugreek, which is the compound from maple flavoring, then you get that.
Mm. I think it has like the
wine
thing,
gums.
The thing, it has like a bready sweetness to me.
Yeah. That's probably the waffle kind of thing, but it could also just be malt, But let's try it.
Yeah.
See how it is. Cheers. And still, thanks a ton to Martin, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to try stuff like this. And their IPA so far has been pretty good. Okay, it's definitely better than the blueberry crunchy, but it's I don't know. It's definitely not my favorite style.
It's also hard to say because the fruit might also have vanished a bit.
Yeah.
Because we've been sitting for.
But I don't mind that, to be honest. Like, maybe it would play in a little bit better with all the maple, but it could need more sourness. It's quite sweet.
Yeah. I think I would have like some sourness from the blackberries and raspberries to neutralize.
Yeah, but if it was old,
maple,
that would still be around the sourness. It's just because it's so super sweet. It's really sweet.
Mm.
It's like really sweet maple syrup with blueberry-esque flavor, and there's a little bit of a tart sourness. There's also like bread flavor, just like brown bread, I think.
Waffles.
Yeah, like toasted
I guess
bread.
that's the waffles, but I am not a fan of pastry sour. I kind of fucking hate it, to be honest. I don't hate this specific variant, but the style is not for me. But if you're into these, you might love it. But I think it's just like I think it's better than the blueberry crunchy because I don't think it's as overbearing and sweet and a mishmash.
It's not a mesh.
No, this tastes more like some fruit and some like maple syrup and whatnot. But it's definitely not my favorite style. And I think a lot of people was like, "What? This is crazy good." Not for me. Give me a Pilsner.
I think the main
or Ensenada. Fucking.
Oh, commercials.
Advertisement. So for this carnival thing, we have a live stream going on in the back with music for it. Like it's like a 90s. We love the 90s thing we have in Denmark, and they do live streams, and they've done one this weekend because they are not able to do their shows, and they were also, I think some of the artists were to be at the carnival, so they have a live stream. We have that in the background.
the carnival replacement stream.
Yes, but let's see. What did I?
But
give
yeah, I think to me this one is the problem I see with it is that it's kind of watery for the 9%, and it doesn't really have anything which you can pinpoint to me except for the maple, which just make it like watery and sweet.
I just looked at the rating I gave for the crunchy. I gave that an 88. That's way too high. That crunchy, I would probably, retrospect, also sitting drinking it, I would have given it like maybe an 80, 82. Because I don't feel like going higher than an 85 on this. I think it's decent, but
yeah.
It's just not for me.
I'm not
it
sure.
lacks balance. It lacks soundness.
It's just sweet.
It's not a Berliner.
No,
like a Berliner.
it's not. But it's what they call a pastry sour.
Or maybe it needs some savoriness, maybe some salt, maybe just something which kind of balances it out.
But the thing is, people
tartness or sourness or more fruit, or it's hard to say.
I've never been a traditionalist beer type of person. I've always loved progressiveness. But I'm starting to really love traditional simplicity, real beer, and I think this is just a bit much. To be honest. It's just the furthest away you can get from beer this year. This is the furthest away you can get from beer.
Call it.
It's almost. I know the basis of beer, but it's like a flavored alcoholic beverage that tastes like breakfast cereal. It's
more like a breezer or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
And do you know what? I in the beginning I was like, it's okay with these. But the more I'm like gravitating away from this stuff, it's like I don't understand why people love this stuff so hard. There's so many people who think this is just crazy good, but I guess it's just because people love desserts. But this is just so. And what I hate is that traditional, awesome, classic beer is getting bad rep, and people are going nuts over this that doesn't taste like anywhere near real beer. Like. People still can't grasp drinking, a lot of people, a good Rauchbier, for example. Okay, maybe that's the oddball. Or if we just say Pilsner.
I'm
Pilsner. People are going to say like a Pilsner is just...
Ale.
Yeah. Or people are going to say like a Pilsner. I think Wild Ale gets better rep, but a Pilsner is like people are it's just a Pilsner, you get a 3. And it's just like, and then it's like a super well brewed Pilsner. And then they drink this, it's like, whoa, it tastes like breakfast cereal. 5 or 4, a Baltic Porters, shit like that, just classic beer. And I hope we'll see a renaissance for classic beer, because I love a lot of these things, but I feel like in so many of the latest reviews, I've been criticizing it more and getting more sick of it. And I think I'm just changing my opinion on a lot of things in the beer.
It tastes a bit medicinal.
Yeah, I can see that, like a cough syrup.
Same with the blueberry crunchy. It tastes medicinal.
Yeah, but I know pushing the boundary of flavors and looking at craft beers as chefs and all this is fun, and we can get some really cool things. But I think this is not cool. I think this is almost like just unnecessary, because you could just get an alcohol pop.
You still need to remember the balance.
Yeah.
Because it's okay to me if you want to brew an Imperial Berliner Weisse with tons of fruit in it, because you can make that taste super great. And it's also okay to me if it tastes like jam or like marmalade.
Yeah.
But this doesn't work.
You need the balance.
Yeah.
I'm also okay like super fruited sours and stuff like that. I would rather drink a funky sour beer instead with like fruit. But I don't know. It's just like, I think it's just getting a bit much with all the pastry and desertifying of beer. To be honest, I think I'm getting to a point where I think it's too much, and I never thought I'd get there. But it's just like
It tastes fake.
people drink a good stout nowadays, and it tastes fake. It tastes like fucking candy. Then go eat candy. No, but it's like a lot of people or Pop-Tarts. It almost tastes like a Pop-Tart, actually. But the thing is, like, people are knocking classic. The problem, this is a rant now. Sorry, rant video on. My problem is people are knocking classically well brewed beer because it doesn't taste like a bold, crazy nuts flavor experience. I guess that's pretty much part of it. Because the other, like, people need to, enjoy simplicity and soft, complex flavors.
But to be honest, were we there two
no,
years ago?
No, we weren't.
Okay.
It's a journey. Beer is a journey.
Yeah.
And I think you just come full circle at a point.
Yeah.
Everything is new and exciting in the beginning, and this is the good thing about this is that it catches a lot of people's attention, getting them into beer. But I hope people understand that there's more to good beer than doing stuff like this. And again, I'm still giving it an 85. I still enjoy it. I just don't think it's amazing, but it's just like, it's something I've been thinking about a lot with beer. Especially when you see a lot of people's ratings. Like, you see people knock classic beers that are so well made. I saw a guy knocking one of the benchmarks of oatmeal stout. Samuel Smith oatmeal stout. It's fucking great. I'd give like at least a 90 any day of the week. He gave it a 3 for having an oaty sweetness or a weird misplaced sweetness, and he thought it was like too dark fruity and estery. And it's like, have you ever heard of British beer? It's just like, I think with beer, people also need to look into a little bit like with history, and like it's just such a big thing. Like there's so many things you need to encompass. It's not just, it should be fun, but there's just so much more to it than fucking pastrifying sour beer.
Than chewing gum.
Yeah. Okay, rant over for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up now. 85. Do you have some ranting you want to do?
No,
Did
no,
I catch everything?
I think you
Do you agree with my points?
I somewhat
I
agree
mean,
with
I
your point.
agree. I still think there's room for stuff like this, and it's fun. And I think, especially like in some stout formats and stuff, it can be really good, and there's cool stuff. But I think we're just seeing so many people gravitating to more making this stuff and pastryfying everything. I think
to be honest,
too much.
2 years ago I was in Hartsten with my mom, and I was kind of shit talking the local brewery there for just brewing pilsners.
Yeah.
So I've been there as well.
I've been there as well, but that's just you grow and you learn.
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe you don't.
And
maybe
my
it's just
mom's boyfriend at that point actually said to me, but why would they do anything else? Because they've been brewing this for 400 years. Yes. And people will come back to this at some point.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to shit talk people if they like this. It's fair.
I'm not shit talking people.
Yeah.
I'm not shit talking. People can like whatever they want.
Yeah,
100%.
But also just
it's
okay
shit-talking
to have the period
trend.
in time where you say this is a shit. This is what I want to drink. I don't want to. I don't want to drink anything else.
I mean, people should drink what they enjoy. But the core of the subject here is my beef with it is that people knock a good traditional beer because it doesn't remind them of stuff like this. Or not necessarily this, but it's not like the same kind of big, bold, crazy kind of things.
And I think it's two different genres.
It's two different. You have to look at both. And both new school beer and old school beer has its charm. I fucking love some of these crazy New England IPAs. I love so many of the pastry stouts. Some of the highest rated beers on the channel are these kind of beers. But progressing in beer in the last year or so, 2 years, whatever. Going back to the old school stuff, I really see the charm of these beers, and I really see how they really deserve their place in history and their merit. But then you see so many people shit talking them because they don't taste like new school, and it just annoys me.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I think that's a big part of it.
Well,
okay, we're running.
All that.
I really hope we don't step on any toes with this video. That was not the attempt or anything. It's just I got a little bit fired up.
Yeah. That being said, I'm not a super fan of this.
Me neither.
So I'm actually, I think I'm gonna give it an 80.
80, yeah.
It's not that good of a beer.
No, and the fun thing is
it's
like...
not a Berliner Weisse, come on.
No,
it's not a Berliner Weisse.
No, and I think, Brett, do you agree with our sentiments?
Mm.
Yeah, like, it's so weird. In the last...
If I want Berliner Weisse, this is not it. Come on, it needs some sourness, it needs some tartness. It needs some balance.
Yeah.
It's completely unbalanced.
But But this in a stout, I could enjoy much more, like these kind of flavors.
Yeah.
Maybe not the berries.
Yeah, maybe a bit more unbalanced, but it needs some sourness and it needs balance.
It's an interesting subject, guys. I mean, do you guys still appreciate awesome, great classical beers? Do you gravitate towards like more classic styles, or do you still love all the new school stuff? I still love like most of the, again, as I said, most of the reviews where we've really given great grades have been new school like barrel-aged stouts and things like that, and some of them are really fucking out there crazy good. But some of the times it just also gets a bit unnecessary in my mind, like this.
Prime example.
Yes. And I will actually jump it down to an 80 like you, because the more I'm drinking it, the less I want to drink it.
Yeah.
Even though 80 is a good, because it is a good beer, it's just like in terms of preference, I think. Yeah. So, whoa, long video and long rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We could rant forever about things like this. But yeah, if you guys had a chance to try the Veil and other halves of Berry, Compote, let us know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton, Martin. You made for a crazy long video. Thanks. And as always, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. And All Walk Carnival, share, done. No, it's not done. We got more. But we're going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.